Howdy everyone! In today's video, I will show you how to make a game, but not just any game, on any ordinary engine. Today's video is special because we will show you how to make a game on RPG Playground. Now you might ask yourself,
but, Retry Guy, what on earth is RPG Playground?
Well, I am glad you asked. RPG Playground, in summary, is a free-to-use game engine which functions similarly to RPG Maker but offers a more user-friendly / beginner experience. This video will teach you the basics, from how to use the engine, to world building and character development, and certain limitations and features that need to be addressed. So, without further ado, let us get started. So, to get started, you need to know some things. Not only just about the engine itself, but also some things about RPG Playground in general. For one, the platform is designed for people of all ages, so this means little Timmy at age 9 on his mom's iPad can use it. And at the same time, old man Jenkins at the age of 200 who fought at the Battle of Gettysburg can also use it with no problems whatsoever.
We'll all go down to Dixie, away, away. Each Dixie boy must understand that he must mind his Uncle Sam away, away, away. We'll all go down to Dixie.
If you did not catch that, it's a safe for work site. This means that the games will have to be appropriate and have to be something that would not get you in trouble or risk getting you banned from the platform. So making games related to stuff that is offensive or related to NSFW stuff will get you banned and make you look like an attention-seeking loser as a bonus. So, if you are not a complete edgelord who wants to shock people with offensive stuff, then congrats. You are not getting banned. Another thing to mention is that the engine itself is a little limited, and we will dive deeper into that later in the video. Also, not related to RPG Playground, but I will have gameplay in the background just to keep things more engaging, just in case there's someone here who has been watching too many of those Family Guy shorts with Subway Surfers gameplay on the bottom of the screen. So, let us begin and go to step 2. So, to get started with using RPG Playground, the only thing you will need is an account. Other than that, you are good to go. Once you have an account, make your way either to the Create a Game button on the home screen or the Make button on the top of the screen. It does not matter which one you choose. Once you have done that, click the Create New Game button, and you will be sent to your new game to work on. Now, you will have to wait for a bit while it's loading, and once it's done, you can begin working on your new game. Now that the game is loaded, we can begin talking about some of the tools that are given to you to make your awesome game. There are 4 main sections in the tools for making your game: the tiles, the objects, the project tree, and the properties at startup. The tiles contain tile sets with objects like trees, walls, furniture, and more. You can select them and place them onto the map in any place you want. You can also select specific parts of certain objects, which can lead to people using tiles in very creative and cool ways. The objects can also be placed onto the map, where you can make them either neutral or hostile to the player and make them say things when touched. You can also change their appearance and put them on patrol, which is where you can freely walk around the map. They can also have their walking speed can be changed. They can not only be just characters but also items and invisible actors. These invisible actors come in handy, especially when making stuff like cutscenes or stuff like an item shop or choosing different options which can lead to different results. The project tree contains the levels, which are different maps for your game. You can make as many as you want, and you can use an object like a door to teleport to different levels. The project tree contains other stuff, but that stuff will be discussed around the end of the video. And lastly, the properties at startup contain settings and options for different things, like characters, items, levels, and more. This can only be accessed if something from the objects category or a level in the project tree is clicked on. For editing the actual level itself, there are different tools for that as well. The pen tool is used for drawing different tiles and placing them on the level. The eraser with a line on the bottom is used for erasing different stuff, kind of like the pen tool, but for erasing. The eraser with a square on the bottom is for erasing large portions of the same tile or object that has been selected and placed onto the map. Editor's note. It turns out that I was wrong about the erasers. The eraser with a line on the bottom acts like the bucket tool, while the eraser with a square on the bottom acts like the pen tool. Sorry for the mix-up. Anyways, back to the video. The square tool is used for creating large portions of tiles. This comes in handy for stuff like floors, walls, and paths. The bucket is used for filling massive portions of tiles, so it's the eraser with a square on the bottom, but instead of erasing, it fills where it's been clicked on. The arrows are used for moving stuff that is already on the map, and finally, the dropper tool allows you to select a specific part of the tile and immediately go to the tile set of origin. This is handy if you don't want to manually search for the tile set you are looking for. Did you get all that? Good. Now that you know the tools at your disposal, it's time to make the game itself. Let's start with something basic, like a house. You can use different kinds of walls and roof tiles to make this house. You can also add some windows as well. You can also add a door, which can be found in the objects category, and you can also add additional details like trees, bushes, and different props to make it feel more lively. Let's add a character, and let's name him Josh. Josh will talk to us, and we can have him talk with a one-touch button. For teleporting to different levels, use the door object, and select the level and door that you want the door to send the player, and it will work. And if you have done all of that successfully, then congrats! You have made your first game on RPG Playground! Now, of course, this demonstration of making a game was pretty basic, compared to all the cool stuff that you could make. And of course, I didn't mention everything, because if I did, we would be here all day. So, hopefully, this video was helpful and you can begin making your game on RPG Playground. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, see ya! Oh shoot. I completely forgot to tell you about some of the stuff that I mentioned I would talk about later in the video. Let's get to that, shall we? Pretty much everything you have heard about RPG Playground has been positive in some way. However, the engine does have its limitations. For some of the more notable ones, like how you cannot upload music into the engine. This feature is not in the engine as of now, but luckily it is being worked on and is on the roadmap for future updates. Another limitation is that there are limited sprites, tiles, and item sprites to use, which reminds me of the other thing I wanted to touch on. The RPG Playground Premium has features like uploading custom sprite sheets and tile sheets. While these are cool, they have limitations as well. They cannot be anything that is copyrighted or that doesn't belong to you, especially if it's something that was made for RPG Maker. You can only upload it if it's either made by you or have a license to use it. You also cannot upload sprite sheets and tile sheets with different ratios. You have to upload them at the exact size they started with. However, this does not mean you cannot have fun and be creative with the limitations at hand. As of now, the premium is $19, which will increase in cost the more updates are added. And the best part is that once you buy the premium, you get to have it forever. So, if you have some extra cash lying around and want to mess around with it, it's worth it. You do not need the premium to make a game, it's just a cool upgrade if you are interested. You can access the tile sheets, sprite sheets, and items to download so you can edit them for whatever you want in the project tree. Another limitation I want to quickly mention before we end the video is that you need to manually save game progress, which can become a problem if you forget to save and all of your progress is gone. Hopefully, an autosave feature will be implemented sometime in the future. That's all I wanted to mention before you use RPG Playground. Alright, let's wrap this video up. And that is how you make a game on RPG Playground. If you want more info and tips on RPG Playground, I would highly recommend checking out a cool channel called Jay Slay, where she makes content centered around RPG Playground. You can also check out the official RPG Playground channel on Discord server, where they have tutorials and can help you if you have any questions. Also, a bit of self-promotion, but me and some devs have been working on a game called Alex and the Haunted Mansion 2 Time Partners, which you can play for free on RPG Playground. The game is currently under development, and it would be cool if you gave it a try. But, enough said, do not forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, see ya! Wait, what do you mean that there is an upcoming jump scare?